Hi guys, Reese here with another Ink Gallery video. This week we're doing a close encounters with Angie Williams, who's done this amazing piece of artwork for our open call. That is The Walls Are Looking, and we're going to get ready with our magically appearing couch in 3, 2. Hi guys, Reese here at Ink, and I'm joined by the lovely Angie Williams, who's one of our open call artists. So we're just going to have a bit of a chat, I think, and then learn a little bit more about you, your work, and then see how it goes. So I'm going to start you off with a nice easy one. I've got a all expenses paid ticket here for you to go on holiday. Anywhere that you want. Where are you going right now?
Canada.
Canada. Cool.
Polar bears, moose, orca, trekking.
Oh yeah. It's the crunchy snow as well.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah. Although moose, they are terrifying. I'm really scared of them.
They're huge.
Best pizza.
I'm basic. It's going to be a margarita.
Okay, no, that's fair. Where are you getting it from though?
I don't know. Depends if I'm jungle. If I'm feeling a little more classy, then what is it? Pizza Express, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Or there's one place in Amsterdam I went to. Or if I'm drunk, it will be Llandudno Grill.
Yeah, that's fair. They do hit the spot. They do. Guess first, like, proper artsy question that I was going to ask you, like, how did you actually get into, like, becoming an artist? Like, where's the seeds of that sort of come from?
All my life, ever since I was young. My birth mother, Jane, was very artistic, and she really encouraged that in me. So yeah, all my life I've always done art and kind of dipped in and out of it throughout my life, and started taking it seriously later on. But I've always been someone who just had to create, really.
Wasn't really like properly expecting that. I think a lot of people that I talk to, it's always like school or there's something like that. But it's really nice that it's been like a lifelong thing.
Passion, yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. No, that's really, really cool. And as well, so we've got one of your pieces here with the open call, because it's acrylic. Yeah. So how long, like, is that like your main thing, or how long have you been working with that medium?
Acrylic has been since high school, when I learned how to use it properly, but I tend to use watercolour and gouache the most, because I just find they're a little more forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can just water it down and wipe it away, whereas with acrylic, it dries so like opaque, it's not as forgiving, but I really sort of honed how to hone my craft with it, and learned how to blend properly and everything.
Nice.
But I much prefer working with watercolour and gouache, because I also just find it dries quicker, and I work very quickly, as you know. And I hate sitting around, like painting a layer and then just sitting around for a few hours and then going back and painting a layer, whereas with like gouache and stuff like that, I can just do it and then in 10 minutes it's dried and then I can go over it.
Yeah. So you're not there just going like, come on.
Yeah. And that's got Indian ink on it as well, the eyelashes, and I really like working with that. I like blending sort of a few different mediums.
Nice.
I've done acrylic paintings and then gone over it to make shading with coloured pencil and stuff like that. So it's a little more experimental, and I've tried my hand at oils, but I'm not John Kidd. I'm no John Kidd. I'm awful with oils.
Yeah, he's a magician.
It's fantastic.
When we had him here doing the live art, were you there that evening?
No, I couldn't make it because I was working. But I saw the video, and he's so impressive.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
I follow him on Instagram, and he's amazing. I really want him to teach me.
So you got a bit extra shout out there, John. Congratulations, mate. Where do you draw from for your art? Like, what's your biggest inspiration?
Well, I did discuss this in my little bio thing. My mental illness. I've always used it as a way to communicate. Being autistic, words often fail me, and then what I now know is schizophrenia. It was kind of my way of discussing things with the world, and kind of a way to be like, it's not scary, it's not a scary illness. So that's kind of where I draw from. But I also nature. I love going up close to things and getting the details, like rust. I'm fascinated by rust. Yeah. And little cracks and stuff like that. So more of the very detailed aspects of the world that really fascinate me.
So like how the world sort of works.
Yeah, and I think it might be sort of my way of trying to figure it out, but mostly it's my way of trying to communicate, because I'm very bad at communication.
Well, you've been doing fine so far. No, you've been really...
I'm bad at emoting, so this is my way of doing it. I would much rather slam a door and then slide like a drawing underneath the door to tell people how I feel than actually have to look at them and say so. I mean, I've acted all happy and then message you later like it's a really bad thing actually, so.
No, it makes sense though. But if I can sort of ask, with like relations to like the mental health side of it, so have you found that does actually help? Maybe not so much explain it, because I mean nobody's ever really going to be able to sort of understand what it's like, but sort of communicating sort of ish how it is and sort of helping the world seem a little bit better through your art. Is that something that's fair to say, or? Yeah,
I'd say so. I think it kind of destigmatised it a little bit, which is why I do talk about it so much and so outspoken, and I spent so long hiding it, and then I just decided I couldn't bother anymore.
Yeah.
I do speak like with words, talk about it, but like I say, when they fail me sometimes I use that, and I feel that it's a little easier, I think, for people to get it if they can see it. And then it's also stops it from being a spooky, mystical thing, like, they see what I can see.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really share a lot of it because I think a lot of it's quite disturbing and I'm quite nervous about it. But when people see it, they're like, they say it's amazing. They say it looks scary, but also it's not as scary as they thought it would be.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, yeah, it's just kind of how I live,
But no, fair play on you for doing that. It's a really brave thing.
Thanks.
And it's because we've spoken about it before outside of here, and I admire you for that. I think it's a really amazing thing that you do, and it's important as well, like actually talking about it. So fair play on you.
Thank you.
No, not at all. Thank you for talking about it with us here as well today. Really do appreciate it. But we'll move on to. Are there any artists? Well, I mean, there must be some. But who are like the main artists that you sort of look up to?
I'm going to butcher his name, but Zdzisław Beskiński.
Okay.
He's a Polish artist, and he does do those like depictions of like hell and stuff like that. And
It's ringing a bell.
Yeah, he did. What was it? It was like a sort of like a little circle of like ghosty people. It actually looks a bit like the Necrons, ghosty people. And they were all like going in a circle. And I'll have to send you over the name because I mean you're not going to figure it out from what I just said. I've always loved him. I've always been inspired by the Impressionists. My mum had Monet like paintings hanging up all over the house and everything. So I've always been interested with their style of painting because I always felt that they portrayed the world, but the feeling of the world, as opposed to what the world actually looked like, which I thought was always really fascinating. I also really love Goya, his black paintings. As you can tell, it's sort of more darkly inclined. But no, I don't really look up to one specific artist. I kind of pick and choose artworks as I go. Like I really love Tracy Emin's art because I think the meanings. I didn't like it at first. I was like, what load of rubbish. And then I did an essay on her in uni and kind of learned the meanings behind her work. And then I was like, oh, she's doing what I do. She's communicating through her art.
Yeah.
So I don't really have like one specific style that I'm drawn to, or one specific artist I'm drawn to. It's more just like bits and pieces from each movement and each genre. But if I had to pick, it would be Zdzisław Beskiński.
Obviously, art's about the feeling, but it's all about the emotional side for yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
No, that's really cool. Was the Primer exhibition here at Ink, is this your first exhibition that you've been hosted in?
Besides uni, which I don't really count, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations.
When I went into therapy in 2020, my therapist said, where do you want to be in like 3 years? And I always hated that question. I was like, I kind of want my art to be in a gallery. And then it comes 2023 and my art's in a gallery.
And your art's in a gallery.
It's insane. It's like I manifested it or something.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it's well deserved as well. It's a fantastic piece of work.
Thank you.
We've got for you. No, thank you. You're the one that created it. It's amazing. Well, speaking of our exhibition and stuff like that, how have you found it working with us as an artist?
Really, really good. I mean, I've said it a million times, this place is so accepting and kind, and how when I was a teenager I would have killed for a place like this instead of getting myself into bad situations. And working with you, I mean, obviously nobody's really been interested by now, but I know that if they were, then you guys would be absolutely on it. It's been really good and positive, and really feel like it's kind of like a made a little home, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a little home.
You're always welcome, mate. You know that. Yeah. We do get a lot of comments about your piece as well. It's just we get a lot of positive comments. It's just it's a weird one. Some people are like it, but not enough to pay for it. It's a weird one. But people do really love your work, mate.
I also know kind of this, especially my stuff that I'm starting to show now. It's not really something you want to hang in your house in the family room, But yeah, so.
No, that's absolutely fine. Can we expect at least one more piece off you in the next open call?
If you can do illustration, then yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll have to speak to Luke, see what he's got in mind for the next one. Big round of applause for Angie Williams, please.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed that chat. There's a lot of really good points. Yeah, a lot of important points as well we got to talk about, as well as some of the goofy stuff. It was really important. Thank you so much for that. And thank you everyone for joining us for this episode of Close Encounters. If you'd like to see more of Angie, so we've got Angie's Tales from Wales. That's in the link down below. Definitely head over there. It's some really good stuff. And if you'd actually like to see The Walls Are Looking in person, we've got it here in Ink Gallery in Colwyn Bay until July 24th. If you'd like to see another episode of Close Encounters, then click above my face and I'll take you over to see John Kidd. Bye bye.
Thank you everyone who watched that YouTube video. We want to give a big ink thank you to Angie. Thank you, Angie. And if you want to get your name on this wonderful list of people over to my left here, then you need to head over to www.inkgallery.co.uk/join.